Hi, my name is David Gottlieb. I'm the presiding judge at the Juvenile Delinquency Court here in Fresno County. Welcome to the S.H.A.R.E program. As a judge, I review crimes that are committed because of race, religion, colors claimed, or sexual orientation on a daily basis. The video you're about to watch is real. The feelings expressed are real. The consequences and impact on the community are real. After watching the film, you'll be asked to help find solutions to hate crimes that are committed here in our community. Each of you will be asked to participate and consider how the persons in the film were affected and what you can do as a community youth to change unfairness, discrimination, and illegal treatment depicted in the film. My hope for this film and this program is that those that are watching can become activists who make a difference, stop hate, and respect everyone.
It don't make me feel too good at all, especially if nothing wasn't really done about it.
3 weeks to school, boys will be boys and kids will be kids. I was walking through the halls and they bumped into me, pinned me up against the corner.
And he was also told that if he told his parents or anybody else that he would get his father's gun and kill him.
And it's really heartbroken to see our children being beat like that.
She actually yanked my scarf and was trying to take it off my head and wrapped it around one of the poles of the swing set.
Continuously beating me, kicking me, spitting on me.
Young people need to stop hurting their parents.
When I was growing up, I had to deal with being teased and bullied for being overweight. It really hurt me inside, and I was very embarrassed every time I got teased. One time I had broke my ankle, and I was in crutches, and it was a rainy day, and I went to school and I fell down, and a whole group of people came around me saying, "You're fat, that's why you fell." Just teasing me and being mean. And no one even held me up. Nothing. So that was very, very a big part of my life that really, really hurt. After getting traumatized a lot with getting bullied and teased, I turned in and cutting myself, and I wanted to kill myself. I dropped out of school. My last school year, I missed 71 days of school because I didn't want to go to school to get teased, because that's all I felt like I did when I was at school, is get teased. If I was supposed to give somebody help with being overweight, of getting teased, all I could say is for them to kind of ignore them or go tell their parents or try to talk to the principal about it and have them talk to the bullies.
If I had a room full of bullies and I had the ability to be able to talk to them, I would tell them that, nobody knows what another person's going through at all. And they don't have to understand, but what they need to do is maybe look and see, maybe that kid could use some understanding.
When I was at school and I fell down on crutches, I wish there was somebody there to help me up, to make the bully stop teasing me too. Because now I know that if somebody else falls and they're getting bullied, I know I could go help them, because I know how much it hurts inside to get that happen to you. I know how it feels, and I wouldn't want you to feel that same way.
Bullying is a very important issue that needs to be discussed in every community. In the Muslim American community, people have faced all sorts of kinds of bullying. And children are facing it at a much higher rate than ever before, where young Muslim girls who may wear the hijab, which is the headscarf, are being bullied and taunted. Young boys who may not look like their peers in their classrooms are being taunted and bullied. And this is something that is really having a very profound impact on our young people in this community. They are a part of American society, and they're being made to feel that they don't belong here. And many of them are even born and raised here and are having people look at them as if they're an alien. I remember when I was in 5th grade, there was a student in my class who was about a foot taller than I was. She was Russian. And I remember her taunting me daily in the schoolyard. And she would try to always pull at my hijab. At one point when we were playing in the playground, she actually yanked my scarf and was trying to take it off my head and wrapped it around one of the poles of the swing set, to the point that I actually feared for my life because I thought I was going to be choked to death.
I'm LaShawn Jordan, and my disability is cerebral palsy. What cerebral palsy is I only have really control of one side of my body. It kind of restricts what I can and can't do, and it's kind of hard to live with it, of course, because my pride kind of steps in. It was back in high school, and it was actually, they would say smart aleck things about how I was getting extra advantages, getting things done for me, or how my life was a lot easier because I could sit in a chair, and they didn't understand that being in the chair is actually kind of hard for me, because I want to do as much as I can for myself.
When I think over the years of bullying that I've seen, it comes mostly in terms of verbal bullying, I believe. And I think of the dirty words we hear. You know, we hear the word gimp, we hear the word crippled, we hear the word retard. And those are filthy words because they demean people. And the reality is people with disabilities are people. A few years ago we did a campaign, and the question was, how do you treat a person with a disability? Well, like a person, because they're people.
In high school, I was angry. I just wanted to fight. I've grown up so much fighting, it was like, that's what I wanted. And I was beginning to kind of dwell into the gang member life and stuff like that, and I was teasing with it, you know what I mean? I had never gotten fully into it, but it was a reason to fight. There was my friends, and those are the people we don't like, so let's fight them. And I remember I fought one dude one day, no reason at all. We were supposed to all fight after school. It was supposed to be a big old rumble between the two, and security heard about it, broke it all up, make sure it didn't happen. So I was in the front. I had seen this kid there. I knew he wasn't with my friends. I knew he was an enemy. So I was like, let's go fight. So we went around the corner. I beat him up. It was just another day. On July 1st, 2007, one of my older friends, David Vera, was shot in the chest, and he died. 2 months later, on September 1st, my cousin Caleb was stabbed in the chest, a week before his 18th birthday, and died. 2 months later, on November 1st, I was stabbed by the kid I had beat up in high school.
I grew up in this lifestyle. From the age of 12 till I was 30. I fought in the streets, from juvenile hall, and ended up in Pelican Bay, the security housing unit. And there is hope for people like us. And when I mean us, I mean people like myself. People who had tattoos all over them, which I've removed. People who were in Pelican Bay, violent offenders, bullies, people who just victimize people. There is hope for people like us. And it's people like coaches and people in my life who helped me. But eventually I reached this point where I could no longer deny the fact that I was a good person. And I've always been a good person. And although I was claiming to be a leader, I realized all my life I had been a follower. And the only people who don't follow are the people who make decisions like a decision I made after 18 years of this lifestyle to say no more.
I thought about that day when we all met up to fight. And Johnny and Juan had fought. And I met Kayla and was like, now they're dead. Juan, a little bit later, got arrested. He's doing a couple years at Salinas Valley right now for robbery. And I think back to us four. We're all kids, and we didn't understand the gravity of what we were starting to get ourselves into at that age. We didn't understand. We just wanted to be a part of it.
Almost 16 years that I've been out, and today I work with adolescent boys, and I tell them my story. And most of these boys come here and they remove their tattoos and reconnect with their families and write beautiful letters to their grandmothers and their mothers and their sisters and brothers, making a commitment that they do see what's important in life, and it isn't the homeboys, and it isn't the gangs, and it isn't the drugs, and that it is better to be loved than it is to be feared.
My name is Steven, and I'm a homosexual male. Growing up wasn't the best life for me. Ever since middle school, I've been ranted and taunted due to the fact that I acted very feminine. I was called gay, I was called other malicious words, and I was always teased, pushed around, thrown down to the ground, and just made fun of during recess. During classes, I used to be flicked upon my ear, spit wads, just all kinds of papers with malicious things on them, saying I'm gay, I'm a pig, I should be dead. I dealt with that for a while because it was just simply papers and spit wads and just names. As soon as I hit 6th grade, that's when violence started coming on. That's when I started getting into fights. That's when I started getting into arguments due to the fact who I was. And in 3rd grade, I already knew who I was. And it's bad to say what I was because it's who I am. And people don't understand that. So in 6th grade, that's when I got into my first fights and everything. In 7th grade is when things started becoming a little bit more aggressive. The names started happening more. People just wouldn't leave me alone. Kids just taunted me, messing around with me. Just wherever I went, I was made fun of, laughed at, pointed. So it was pretty bad. When high school came around, I thought, hey, it's high school, it's gonna be a whole new world. But no, the ranting and the taunting came with me. My name was used as being gay. People would say, oh, you're Steven. Oh, you're Steven.
Whenever someone is talking about an individual who happens to be homosexual, that pretty much contains the whole story. It's, oh my gosh, they're gay, and oh, they're gay, like that's a disgusting form of them, and why are they being like that, and all that kind of thing. And it definitely gets back to the person, and they know that they're being talked about. They see it everywhere they go, and no one really does anything. Everyone kind of just like agrees, because if you stand up and say, hey, that's just like who they are, who cares if they're gay, then you'll definitely get some jokes put at you because you're defending someone who's gay, so maybe you're gay.
As far as for the youth that need advice or need someone to talk to, try finding different organizations like the LGBT. You could go find your support from your friends. Talk to somebody. Don't hold it in. If you hold it in, that's what leads to many teen homosexual suicides. Speak to somebody. Talk to somebody. Somebody's willing to listen, and somebody's willing to talk.
The doctor and the police officer came in and asked who was the mother, and he told me he was sorry that Larry done passed.
Oh my God. We got the call about 2:30 in the morning. I do not like the phone to ring at 2 in the morning. I just know it's not a good call. And that's what happened November the 7th of 2002.
I got a phone call regarding about 11:45, and someone asked me, "Are you Yolanda Contreras?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he says, "Have the police contacted you?" And I said, "No, they haven't." And right there and then, I kind of questioned it in my head, what is going on? And he said, "I'll call you back." And then within 5 minutes, I got that phone call, and he goes, "Miss Contreras, I'd like you to come down with a family member." And I said, "Hey, may I ask you this question first? Will my son be able to speak?" He said, "No." "Is it really that bad?" He said, "Yes."
We were sound asleep and the phone rang, and my daughters told me, Mom, get down here to the hospital."
When I want to spend time with him, I come out here. Used to say I love you every day, and at nighttime when we go to bed, we say I love you, and I don't hear that no more.
They go to the same thing. Their families asked them the same thing that my family. "Why are you still crying over? It's been 10. God, I don't care if it be 30 years from now. My son is gone."
It was one of the ugliest experiences, You live with it every day.
The halls were packed, the walls were lined. I could feel the truth in the tears screaming from their eyes. The room was cold and full of strangers, but it feels so empty with fear. The skin now pale, and my touch was too late. But at that moment, I felt a voice of comfort say, "He's no longer near. He's now free." And I should have been there to help you make it.
Thank you for watching the S.H.A.R.E video. There are a number of community resources you can turn to if you require help or assistance, including Boys and Girls Club of Fresno County, 559-266-3117, Fresno Suicide Prevention Service, 1-800-273-TALK, that's 1-800-273-8255, United Way of Fresno County, 559-244-5710. Sanctuary and Youth Services, Safe Place, 559-498-8543. The Trevor Project, providing crisis intervention and suicide prevention services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning youth. If you need to speak to someone now, please locate a staff member before you leave. Thank you for watching this film, and let's stop hate and respect everyone.